Guys, Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1030, Armstrong case.
Thank you. You're welcome. You all may be seated. Okay, Mrs. Armstrong.
Yes, Ms. Judge.
Okay, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Miss Tally over here, we decided to have a baby together about 3 years ago. And we got a divorce. And now I just need her to pay some child support.
Okay. Well, you guys are going through a divorce, right?
Well, yes, sorry, we're going through a divorce. I wish it was over already. But I've been paying health care for a long time, ever since the baby was born.
How much is the health care?
It's $111 a month.
Okay.
This baby is 2 years old. We've been together for about 3 years, and I just, that's a lot of money.
Welcome back to another compelling child support case. Today, Mrs. Armstrong is seeking financial support from her former partner, Ms. Tally, for their 2-year-old son, Alex. Mrs. Armstrong explains that she has been covering Alex's health insurance and believes it's time for Ms. Tally to contribute financially. However, Ms. Tally expresses a different concern. She wants increased parenting time, not just financial responsibilities. The judge listens intently, weighing the delicate balance between financial duties and parental involvement. Let's see how the court navigates this complex situation.
And you want her to pay child support?
And I need that money.
Okay, she needs that money. You don't want to pay that money?
No, ma'am. Instead, I want to spend time with this child. She's not allowing me to see my son, Alex, for the last year and a half.
Okay.
I mean, I have an amazing 2-year-old son that I'm being denied access to see. And I do not believe that I should be paying child support. Rather than I should be able to spend time with my son and actively be in his life.
Okay. Is there a reason you have not been allowing her to see Alex?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, Judge, I feel like time is not money. And,
Well, stop. Hold on. It's not money.
Mm-hmm.
But you would agree with me that she is the mother, right?
Yes.
Okay. And would you want for her to deny you access to Alex?
Well, it would be
It's
different.
a yes or no?
No.
Okay, then. So, you do not have a reason to not allow her to see her son.
But she doesn't help me take care of my son.
Now, financially, we'll get to that in a moment. Mm-hmm. She's not going to have a choice if the child is living with you primarily. Is that what's
Correct.
going on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how often do you allow her to see him at all?
No.
Okay. Now that's going to change today. You do not have any authority to do that. You do not have it both ways. You can't say, I want her to pay this money, but at the same time, I don't want her to see our son. It doesn't work like that.
Well, once she starts paying me some money, then she can also start seeing the son.
Well, they don't go together.
Okay.
The possession to a child has nothing to do with paying child support. You do not decide that. You understand? Okay, because in a different court, you could actually be held in contempt for that if you all had a court order and you were denying her access to your son. You understand that, right?
Yes.
Mrs. Armstrong presents her case, stating she's been the primary caregiver for their son, Alex, and has been paying $111 monthly for his health insurance. She's frustrated that Ms. Tally has not been contributing financially and is now requesting formal child support. She also acknowledges that she has limited Ms. Tally's access to Alex for the past 18 months. The judge takes note, raising concerns about the prioritization of finances over co-parenting. As tensions rise, Ms. Tally prepares to share her side of the story.
Now, as for you, you'll be able to see your son, but you do understand that you have to pay child support as well.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you do not have any objection to paying
No,
child
ma'am.
support. Okay, so you heard that, right? Okay, all right. So it seems like money is what's important to you, not necessarily her having a relationship with the child. That's right?
Yes.
And that's sad. And it's very sad that you admitted it. Okay, so you turned in some tax returns up here. I have your gross at $6,000 a year. And how many children? It's just Alex,
It's
right?
just one. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other children outside of Alex?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So that brings your net down to $4,789.79 for one child. And then you do have to reimburse her health insurance because she's been paying it. You're okay with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you don't really have a choice, so okay. Plus the 111 comes out to $1,069 a month.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am, it's Judge.
Okay. Why do you have this smirk on your face?
Oh, I like those numbers. Judge Rhonda. Judge Rhonda.
Sad. She's not going to have to come back in here and say, you know, she's not letting me see my child or anything like that, is she?
So when she sees the child, do I have to be around?
That's a no, because you're not going to do that, right? You're going to let her see the child?
Do I have to be around her when she comes? She has to come pick the child up, like, for a weekend?
Yeah, however she picks him up.
Ms. Talley steps forward with her perspective. She expresses a strong desire to be more involved in her son Alex's life, rather than only being seen as a financial provider. She feels that financial concerns have been used to limit her role as a parent. The judge firmly reminds both parties that child support and parenting time are distinct legal matters. Furthermore, the judge warns that restricting a parent's access without legal cause could result in consequences. Ms. Talley assures the court that she is willing to contribute financially and is committed to being an active and responsible parent. Emotions run high as both sides seek a fair resolution.
I mean, you guys have a child, so you should be able to be cordial with each other to some extent. You don't have to necessarily like each other, but
It has
you
to
do
be
need
able
to
to
let her
benefit the
see.
child.
Huh?
It has to be able to benefit the child. I mean, you have to look at Alex's best interest in his life. He needs both of his moms. And it's like, you can't just deny one.
What's the
agree
least
with that.
of amount of time that I can let her spend with my child?
You know what? We're not going to go there. You're going to let her see him. And that's the end of it. You have your money, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. So do you have any other questions? All right. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
As the hearing concludes, the judge outlines key legal principles at play. In Texas, financial support and visitation rights are treated separately, and withholding access to a child without cause can lead to serious legal repercussions. Emphasizing the importance of cooperative parenting, the judge reminds everyone that court orders must be respected and that responsible co-parenting serves the best interest of the child. The episode ends with a reminder: every legal decision has lasting effects on a child's future. The judge's closing message calls on all parents to put their children's well-being above any personal conflict.